Equestrian Fit 101. Hi everybody, Brian Schwager, founder of the Wellness Movement Center. Here I'm working with my client Laurel, 14-year-old equestrian athlete, martial artist, and also she likes to do mounted archery. And I had done a complete athletic movement screen on her earlier. I came up with a number of strategies as part of her phase 1 exercise system. In phase 1, we want to regain all the joint range of motion that is needed, increase the flexibility of the muscles that are tight, and start working on the postural and core stabilizers based on the finding from the athletic movement screen. So here in this session, we're going over some of the finer points of using the foam roll and making sure that when you teach the client how to use the foam roll, they're in good posture and they have the ability to maintain the strength. Like you can see, she has to have some upper body strength to roll her leg on that roller. There's a number of other benefits to foam rolling. You can read more about foam rolling if you go to my website on my blog. I have an article on it. But you roll, then you do mobility exercises second, and then stability exercises third. So here's what we call an reactive neuromuscular exercise, hence using this rubber tubing. What it's doing is it's trying to pull my client into their weakness. So you can see the way the band is attached is trying to pull her knee in, and while she's maintaining an open arch, keeping her heel down, she's recruiting a number of other muscles at the same time to promote stability while gaining mobility of the ankle. Now you'll notice when she switched sides, I switched the position of the band. Now there's reasons that I don't want to go into and explain here on this short video as to why I do that. But the purpose is the same. It's a recruitment of the other muscles that change. Now we're going to cover some finer points of rolling the hip flexor. Got to be real careful with this because we don't want to roll up too far and jam up into the ilium, into the bony part of that hip. We want to roll just below that, getting into the very top of the thigh, or what they would call the hip flexor. In a good plank position. Now again, when I teach this, everybody's going to be a little bit different. They may not roll it this way. They may roll it a different way. I may send them to a massage therapist for the release. But in general, when rolling the thigh and the hip flexor, this is a technique that I go after. So you get your body weight over that roll, and very carefully you roll back and forth. Now, every rolling exercise or any exercise in my system is customized and tailored to the client's needs. Now let's listen in as I explain the movement mobility exercise for this. Stretch across and then come back down. Yeah. And we're going to inhale as we go up, pushing the hip forward, exhale on the way down. Okay, now I've taken this idea from the Feldenkrais techniques that I've learned over the years, sensory motor re-education. The purpose, though, for this client is to open up that hip, is to, to really get the thigh and the hip flexor or the psoas opened up on that side. I also add a little contraction to their glute on the side that they're stretching. In this case, I'm asking Laurel to contract her right glute. Now this technique is based off of the reciprocal inhibition methods, by where you would contract one side of the body and the other side turns off, or in this case gets inhibited, so that we can stretch it more effectively. This stretch reflex action is excellent and is always part of an active stretch profile. Now here's a really good postural corrective exercise, and it has to be prescribed specifically based on the client. But what I'm basically doing is I'm lifting my forehead straight off the floor, keeping my chin parallel, not pulling my shoulders up towards my ears, but rather pulling them down and squeezing them together gently. For some clients, I may have them squeeze their glutes. Other clients, I may have them relax their glutes. The reason for this is always based on what was found in the assessment. And other varying factors. Now, what I'm teaching Laurel to do is to open up her chest, rotate her hands back, squeeze her shoulder blades gently down and together, but lifting her head off the towel roll without arching her neck. Now there she's lifting her head a little too high. So, this is why we do the sessions as more of a teaching model, and then I customize the video footage from the session, edit it out, and then they go home and practice it the same way we were learning it in session. That's another thing that's really unique about the Wellness Movement Center, is everything is done and videotaped and customized and tailored to the client's needs. Now, once we've done this kind of core strengthening unloaded, we then take them to a loaded position, which is upright. And by putting Laurel on the stability ball, now I can start incorporating some tilting reflex response. So not only does she have to maintain postural control, now her spine isn't moving, so this is more core stability and endurance. She's fighting that little bit of movement that's happening underneath her on the ball, which all carries over to her equestrian sport. If you'd like to learn more, here's some contact information. And I will be hosting a writing resolution seminar with a number of other practitioners on January 5th. To learn more, go to my Facebook page. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day, everybody, and bye for now.